Oh, hey! Welcome back to the Whiskey Edition. My name is Rob, and tonight, the happy birthday haul to get it started right off. It's been a few months, and it's out of control. So I'll go through kind of some local pickups. I'll go through some pickups from a few of the trips that I've been on lately. Some of the local distilleries that I've been to in the past couple months and picked some things up. And yeah, so I thought I'd get started, kind of a little backtrack of where I just got back from Vegas from the races. This was going to make a big, oh, here's my happy birthday hat. I don't need that on anymore. Get that off of there. You don't want to hear this bubble wrap, so I'll fast forward through this, but I didn't think it was possible to ship an already open bottle because, you know, that might open up, but you put enough tape on it and you might be okay. Now getting it back open, I need scissors. And the reason, oh man. So I got this bottle in Vegas at the very last, literally the last minute. There was 3 minutes left before the Total Wine closed, and they let me in because I got in late. Oh, there we go. And it's still got spooge on it. And they let me in, and that's tough when you only have 3 minutes. You've got a huge inventory, obviously. You don't want to double up, but you don't want to necessarily buy, you know, bottom shelf or whatever, just mixers. And so I had, I forgot what I had in my hand before this. But yeah, that's all right. But I saw this on the shelf, Russell's 10-year. Figured that would be a good drinker for Las Vegas for the races. And typically what I've done in the past is I will pour a little bit out for me. I will go down to the check-in desk the next morning, and rather than shipping or bringing this home or whatever it was, I'll find the forlorn guy who's standing there waiting for his spouse or whomever to come back and from the check-in after giving the person a bunch of grief, and he's just had enough because he's flown all day. He's just like, God, just get me up to the room already. I just want to relax. And I walk up to him and I say, hey, do you drink whiskey or bourbon? And the guy looks at me, goes, yeah. I say, how about this? And he doesn't even say a word. He takes it by the top. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Didn't happen this year because I wasn't in a hotel that had a casino. I was in a dump, so, or a bigger dump. I'm not sure which. Always have bubble wrap on a trip. It's always a good thing to have. So yeah, that's the story of why that Russell's 10 came home with me rather than stayed in Vegas this year. And I taped the lid on, it didn't explode. Now I know, life is good. Cheers. And now on with the mess, other than that, which I did pick up, the Total Wine there. This is gonna be a mess. Nightside Distilling out of, where are they? Kind of, not really Enumclaw? No, that's not right. I know where they're from. Edgewood. Nightside Distilling out of Edgewood. I've got their bourbon and their rye. I'm not sure why I have such a small bottle because they didn't have any big bottles. I got a big bottle of rye from them. I also got, if you've watched on the Whiskey Edition, not the Whiskey Edition, the Whiskey Edition, the Christmas Cream Dream video with their bourbon cream. Fantastic. I still have some left. Only do it once a year. But picked these up while I was there also to add to it. Do a local distillery drink through with that and some of the others that I've picked up. Furthering the Minnick list for 2023, B523 Elijah Craig and A123 Larceny. Picked those up, forgot where, but we got those going for us. Oh yeah, and here's another local. Barrel Select Bourbon out of Pursuit Distilling, and they are in Enumclaw also, but they're in a different spot than Edgewood, obviously, because it's not Enumclaw, it's Edgewood. Pursuit Distilling in Enumclaw. Mark from Northwest Bourbon had his birthday party there. Was able to pick up a couple of bottles of this, and I already have their coffee. Cold brew whiskey, got that one already. So I've got those. Bought this at the distillery. It's one of their barrel select 2s, so it's a little bit higher end than the normal one. Not sure what the age statement is, but 100 proof, bottled in bond. So that's pretty unusual for a local whiskey. Another one from the Minnick list, the James E. Pepper Decanter Series. Now this one was hard to get for a while. I drove up to somewhere in North Seattle. They had it on the shelf, got it, came back, went down the street to my local Thriftway supermarket. Hey, guess what we got in for you? Because I had mentioned it, and yeah, so I almost had 2, and I said, can I wait? And she goes, that's okay, I'll put it in the cabinet. In the cabinet. I said, great, it's in the cabinet. So she puts it in the cabinet, and I go back a week later, still in the cabinet. I go back another week, still in the cabinet. She goes, so that bottle of James E. Pepper, still in the cabinet. I go, I know. Can you give me another week? And she goes, sure. But you know what I do have that you might be interested in? Thomas H. Handy Sazerac. Even has the paper. I even asked her, does it have the paper? And she goes, brother, yeah, it's got the paper. So 129.9 proof, 124.9 proof. It is the, should be the 2023. It was a lot. More than I wanted to spend, probably the most I've spent on a bottle in a long time. Try to keep the relationship going. That's part of the deal. Hopefully I don't break it. But I was kind of off the hook for buying another bottle of this, and then I went back last week and it was gone, so that was good. Somebody bought it and I still got that Sazerac. At another store, where was I for this single barrel? I believe I wasn't there. I think this was at my local West Seattle Wine and Liquor. Yeah, single barrel, not the small batch. Was able to pick this up. They don't mark it up as high, so I got a pretty good price for that, so I can add that to the one I've got as a backup, so that's good to have. Another backup I got, I think this is a backup. Maybe it's just I think I got this at the Thriftway also. Stag, not Junior, 23C. This is also on Minnick's list somewhere. I should probably stick somewhere along here if it's on the list where it is, so we can keep track, because that's the only way I can keep track is going back and looking at these videos. One of the stores locally got the Traveler in, and they are now freaking everywhere, so that wasn't such a big deal. But again, when you ask somebody to get something at your local store, don't do what I do. Don't go ask everybody, because they all get it in, and they're like, hey, guess what we got for you? And then you're stuck. So this one, I only had to buy this one bottle. I've heard various things. We shall find out when we compare maybe the Traveler, which is, who is that guy? Oh, Chris Stapleton. So he'll duke it out with, oh, where is it here? Oh, come on. Doc Swenson's. No, that's not right. Oh, is that it? Nope, that's not it. The, crap. Silver Belly is what I'm looking for somewhere in there. And that is Alan Jackson's. So we'll have a country western shootout. The Traveler whiskey and Alan Jackson's. Also on the trip front, I was in one of the stores in Colorado on a recent trip. 10 cup American whiskey, and this one's empty. I drank all of it. It was a good size. Of course, it was super freaking expensive for what it is, but this is like this decanter, reusable. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cheap and cheesy, but it did seal, and it comes with a little shot glass, and so you can take this with you on all your hiking and biking and all the stuff that people in Colorado tend to like to do. When they go up these big 14ers, so this 10 cup, 14-year-old, aged 14 years, and this one is the Quandary Peak Mountain Whiskey, and I believe I've only seen these in Colorado, and I only saw the Quandary Peak too. And of course it's got the same type of shot glass on top, but it's got a cork. So this one, maybe you wouldn't necessarily reseal it. So that'll be interesting to try as the 14s. If I can find another 14 year to compare it to, that'd be good, because I think distilled in Indiana. But I did try some of the Tin Cup 10 on the Flaviar, and it was really good. And I was going to pick up a bottle of that until I saw this. 10-year Tin Cup here in Seattle is a challenge, or the Pacific Northwest is a challenge. All right, onward. More from Colorado. Holiday soft red wheat bottled and bond. That is on Minnick's list, as is the Green River. Now I have been told this is a good substitute for something, and I forgot what it was. But it's not quite bottom shelf, but it is really a good price. I mean, it was like maybe $30, maybe $40 out the door. This Holiday was a little bit more, I think. Did I get that here? Jeez, I don't even remember where I got it. But was able to run across that. That's on his list. Oh, well. Fast forward through this. Old Forester 1924. Everybody's been trying to find that around here. It's a little bit of a challenge. This one I also got while I was down in Colorado. I was at the Applejack Liquor in Lakewood. No. Yeah, kind of Lakewood. And I asked the guy who was the wine guy if he had 1924. He looks it up and he goes, I don't have that wine. I said, oh, I'm sorry, I meant Old Forester. He looks it up and he goes, I don't have any here, but the Thornton store, 35 minutes away, they have it, let me call. That's all right, I don't want to bother him. And they looked something else up. What else did he, maybe he looked up this. Let's open this up. I'll finish my story. Oh, yeah. They had the 1921 All Rye. Also, I actually got these lined up without even realizing it. So these two came from the Thornton store after he calls and says, do you have a 1924? And they said, yeah, we do. We have two of them, but they're kind of in the back and not for normal people. And he said, well, can you put one back for me? And they reluctantly did. And so now I'm committed to going to Thornton 35 minutes away at 8 o'clock. What time do they close? 9 o'clock. I said, or maybe it was 7, and whatever it was. I had an hour to get there in traffic. I can do it. I'll try it. So I went up, picked up this, and the All Rye, which is also on Minnick's list. This is not on Minnick's list, so I'm definitely going to have to figure out where to put the number of what's what and what. See what these are. Oh, I think I know what this one is. Let's see. I double taped everything. Penelope Rose Cast Finish. This is also on Minnick's list. I haven't seen it here in the Northwest. I hear it's just coming because we all know who just bought Penelope. MGP. So that's interesting because this is Bardstown. Penelope's, so that's going to be a very interesting transition, I think. Rose Cask is on his list, as is the 9-year cast strength, which I either couldn't find it or I couldn't afford it, which is odd. Anyway, this one is, what is this? Short bottle. Oh, Chattanooga whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey, cast strength, 111 proof. It's on Minnick's list, and now it's here. Kind of one of the minor details about Minnick's list is he doesn't always put what the batch number is. So some of these, not real sure if I got the same batch as what he tried. So hopefully it'll stack up pretty well to some of the others on here. I used some of this really good strapping tape because I had these hand delivered to me. What's this? Oh! Boulder Spirits. Forgot about this one. Boulder Spirit Straight Bourbon Whiskey, cask strength, 53-gallon white oak barrels. I do not remember if this is on his list or I just decided to get it. Distilled and bottled by Vapor Distillery, Boulder, Colorado. So this was, I think, one of my local ones that I wanted to get, regardless of whether it was on the list. So, can't wait to try that. We'll pit, you know, something like that, like this, against this bourbon whiskey here. I can do that. Or this Pursuit, bottled and bond. So, you know, Colorado versus Pacific Northwest, always good. This guy, it's like Christmas. It's my birthday. There we go. Gatsby Reserve, 15-year-old, 2023 limited edition release. It is not in the super cool box from last year. It's in just a basic bitch box. So this is on the list. I don't remember exactly where it is. 98.1 proof. Really cool bottle. I like the bottle. Bottle reminds me of one of these other kind of Art Deco bottle things. Where the hell is that one? I can't remember. So, looking forward to trying this in the Minnick. It was kind of pricey, so that may happen later. We'll see. What else did I get in Colorado? Let's see, I got, this is how out of hand it is. I forget where to get all this stuff. This is just the Jack Daniel's McLaren combination, 2024 edition. And yeah, never drink and drive. That's important. McLaren Formula One team. Apparently these were supposed to only be available where they have Formula but I don't think they have Formula in Colorado, so I'm not sure why it was there, but I saw it there. I think it was even on sale. I said, well, I'll grab one or two of these and we'll have them in the inventory because it's a cool bottle. Oh, what's this? Oh, another 1924. I think I got this one locally, likely from, like I said earlier, hey, have you got the 1924? We got one just for you, and you're like, great. What's this guy? Oh, another Old Forester, King Ranch. These can only be found in Texas. I have a contact in Texas who brought it up to me by hand, and it'd be great. Let's see, what is the proof? 105 proof. 1924, 10-year, 100 proof. Not sure what the age statement is on this. It doesn't say, but probably find that out somewhere. Excited to have both of these. I've been wanting the King Ranch, and that one's kind of a challenge to get even in Texas. I've got something in a bag. I forgot what it was. Oh wait, I'll save that one. Oh, that's what that is. It is like my birthday. This is great. This is a great time to be doing this. So, Germany. Was in Germany, went to Germany to Munich through Heathrow. In Heathrow, I got the duty free. And when you're in the duty free in Heathrow, you think they'd have a lot of stuff, but they didn't have a lot of stuff. But they did have this, because I need more Jack Daniels. Single barrel, 100 proof, Traveler's exclusive. Take a look at the Traveler's exclusive there. So I thought that was a little bit different. Picked that up, and what are you gonna do? It's great. Got that now. It's all just number 7, just in a different bottle at a different proof, but that's okay. In another place in Germany, they had a liquor store that was kind of in a mall. It's kind of odd. Not like a mall, like a department store. Like if you went into Macy's and you turn to your right and there's perfume and stuff, and then you turn to your left and there's a liquor store. So they had a liquor store in the mall, and I was able to pick up this German Whiskey Shop Edition Highland Park Single Cask Series, 11-year-old. thought it was higher. No, it's 11. So 11-year-old. I'm not a huge Scotch guy, but maybe I will be someday. They weren't awful in the Flaviar that I did. And so, thought, well, that'll be a good thing to get there because they seem to have more Scotch than American whiskey. But what American whiskey they did have was another Blanton's straight from the barrel. I'll take it out of the box, but it's in the fancy box. I think there's no, those are the other ones sitting back there. So these are 700 milliliters. They're not 750s. 150 bucks maybe after, and not that I'm looking at the trade or whatever, but I'm just saying that the prices and the accessibility they had. I left 2 others there on the shelf. Maybe I can snip the picture in. I'm going to do this quick tonight so I can get on with it. And 2 golds there. So I could have really loaded up, but I didn't feel like carrying all that back. And that's pretty bad for a whiskey guy when they're like, I don't want to carry all that weight back with me, blah, blah, blah. This I picked up at the duty free in Munich. You can see it is already opened. So what was my F-up? Well, I'm going to tell you what my F-up is as a cautionary tale for everybody else buying duty-free liquor, to where you're not going through your final destination directly. If you're going through another destination and you go outside of customs. So you pick up your bag and you have your bags and you have your duty-free. Now, before you're going on to your next leg of your trip, I'm not sure if it's the case in all airports, but in the one I went through in Charlotte, thing just kicked on. In Charlotte, you have to go outside of security and then back through. Well, this was duty-free, was in my not checked roller bag because I had room in it. I had room in my other bag to put it in. It would have been tight, but I could have done it. And so I get to the TSA gal and she's like, you can't bring this through. And I'm like, but it's duty-free. And she goes, that doesn't matter. You have to check that. But she thought she was going to do some sort of test on it. They have like a test. They stick the bottle in, and if the bottle's like this bottle, they can like see through it or something. I don't know. It seemed like whether she did that or not, she wasn't going to let me through. I also left water in my water bottle like an idiot. And so Highland Park 18 Traveler Edition was a pain to get back. I had to go back through and check the bag that it was in, which is fine. You just kind of get aggravated at yourself after a 10-hour flight. You're like, oh, I can't believe I forgot that. But sometimes you forget these things. And I did. Oh, we're not done. Like I told you, I got the Russell's 10 on my last trip, which was to Viva Las Vegas for the NASCAR race. And this burrito has some bottles in it. The rule is apparently 5 liters, 750 milliliter bottles, 6.6667. So I was right at the limit, which was fine. So each one of these burritos, I think, has 3, makes 6. That one's a little bit over, a little under. Call it right on the dot. Try not to get these to fall off. I mess here. What's this guy? Oh, another Larceny C923. This is like number 1 or 2. I think it's number 2 on Minnick's list this year. So I've got a few of these, so it'll be easy to drink or to parlay. This guy, what's this? Oh, this is one of those that we asked if they had any stag. They go, what do you mean stag? And this and that. And they go, well, we don't have any here at this store, but let me call the other store and see if they have any. Well, they had just gotten their shipment. So this is a Stag 23A. And what's funny is when it rang up, it was as a George T. Stagg at $79.95 or whatever it was. So that was kind of funny. So I've got a backup of this. If I don't already have, if I don't have one, I've got one. And if I do, it's a backup. TJ from Bruzel is much better at this, and so is the find the whiskey you love guy. Forgot his name, but they're on their hunts. Far more interesting. I don't record typically the people in the store. I may start doing that. You know, even if you're only in there for a few minutes, I think it's good to build a relationship if you can. It makes the buy. You might buy something you wouldn't even think you would buy just from chatting with the people there. They may bring something out and say, oh, we do have one of these. It's at another store and we'll have them hold it for you, which is what they did. Then they found another one for my friends that were there that hadn't been promised to anybody, but he was kind of holding back, but he's like, yeah, you seem like good people. There you go. He also offered us Elmer T. Lee's at $1.99. 2 of those. Birthday bourbon, $800. And I forgot what the other one was, but it was up there, and we kind of went, we'll just take these, because we had been there for a while and kind of out of money. And I've got a Elmer in here somewhere that I need to crack open. That would have been a good backup to have. But at $200, it seemed a little steep. Oh, I know what this is. So I had been told, because I looked for this while I was in Germany for some dumb reason, Springbank, this is a 10-year. Again, not a huge Scotch guy, but they had it in stock, and he goes, oh yeah, that's tough to find. And it is tough to find even here. I figured I'd get it, you know, where the tax was quite a bit less down in Vegas and have it in the inventory. So Springbank 10-year Campbelltown single malt Scotch whiskey. And I know where there is probably a 15 and an 18 waiting to be purchased also. All right, second to the last burrito. This is last burrito. And I did this partially so that you can see how, either how to or how not to wrap your bottles for putting in your suitcase. These were each in a roller bag. If you put 2 of these 3-bottle burritos, it gets pretty heavy pretty quick. You wouldn't think, but this must be, I don't know what this is, 20, 25 pounds? Seems like 2 of these at 25 pounds is 60 pounds. You see how the math works out there? It doesn't work out. Roynums, oh, that's what this is. So last day I went shopping around. I picked up this Kentucky Owl Meister. So the gal at the Total Wine thought, she was saying, are you looking for the Mardi Gras bottle? And I couldn't pronounce Meister edition. So I thought she was making Meister into Mardi Gras, because it's kind of a festive looking blue and gold, you know, just limited release, festive looking kind of bottle. And she started to grab the $300 one. I went, no, not that one. This one. The Kentucky Owl 11 years, obviously quite a bit more expensive, so I did not get that one. This one was $30 cheaper than here for some reason. This McTavish, you can get these things too. McTavish bottled and bond, bourbon whiskey aged 7 years. This is on Minnick's list somewhere, so fulfilled that. That was from a Total Wine, and yes, it is Midwest grain product, but I thought it was also something else, but I think it is just Midwest grain product, 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4 malted barley and American oak, bottled at 100 proof. So, American Scotsman, dream of America. Scotsman's dream of America. So, we'll see how this plays out. McTavish. And the last bottle in the burrito, oh yeah, let's clean all this up. Redwood Empire Rocket Top Straight Rye Whiskey bottled and bond. So yeah, this one also is in the Minnick list. This is batch 3. No idea which batch he was doing, so that could make things a little challenging. 86% rye, 7% malted barley, 5 wheat, 2% corn. So really, it's kind of a 4 grain in a way. So be very interesting to see how this distilled grain to glass in sunny Sonoma County, California, aged for 5 years. So you think that's enough. You'd think, God, I hope that table's gonna survive, because there's a lot of weight. There's one more. Once again, like the pepper, like the Traveler, like the 124, do you have this? Can you get it? Do you think you can get it in? Blah, 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 maybe, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, hey, there you are. We did get it in. Rock Hill Farms. I've been waiting for this. I had this in Colorado while I was there. It is exceptional in my opinion, an exceptional tram. I don't know if you can still see that. Maybe not, maybe. And what did I pay? I don't even want to say what I paid for it, but I paid a lot for it. But we do have a lot of tax here, so I tried to make a deal. She offered me a Pappy Lot B. It's like 800, and then this. I said, how about 1,000 out the door for both? And she said no, and I can't do math because I thought one was 7. Anyway, I was trying to get like 50, 100 bucks off before tax, and I screwed it up, and she said no anyway. But that's the haul. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. I appreciate you sticking around this far. Some of these will obviously be on the Minnick 100 when I finally get around to doing that comparison. I've got quite a few of them on there. I may put a total at the bottom, but I can figure that out of how many are going to be in the total list. If I don't find any more, that's what happened last year. I had like 10. Cool, I have 10. And then as the year progressed, I found 10 or 12 more. I think I've got a quite 20 some of them now, which is insane, absolutely insane. But this has got great bottle look to it. Look at that big huge cork. It's a decanter in and of itself. We got this big decanter here for the pepper. Might be a battle of the decanters, because we had a decanter handle the truth video a while back on the other channel. Anyway, happy birthday to me, and hope you have a great year of collecting and drinking. I need to do obviously more of the latter, save my wallet, and we'll see you next time on the Whiskey Edition. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, cheers.